Well, defensively, probably you're doing a good enough job keeping a pretty explosive team on check. Again, the second shots hurt us. They just got too many men. Too old, too tough, too mentally tough, and we are not that right now.
Positives you take out?
Yeah, I kind of like what Nate did a little bit, getting to the basket. I thought his post defense was a little better. That's the best post defense he played this year, and he played it against a man. Drove it a little bit, but Jawan I thought was in a better rhythm. I think we're going to keep playing these young guys. They're going to play. If we give up, a team we play on Monday gets second shots because of their athletic ability too. So, we got to have somebody other than Johnny on the backboard.
A guy like Nate sometimes comes into the game and it seems like he takes him a minute or a little while to get going. And then it's like if he gets a defensive rebound or he gets to the free throw line, then it's like his confidence level just totally grows.
He sure does get some good looks early when he gets in, doesn't he? And he just hadn't been able to make them, and I think he's a really good shooter, and he's going to make them someday. I don't know when that someday is. Maybe it'll be Monday. He's been better on the road than he's been here. There's a lot to work with there. I mean, obviously, he's got to get a lot stronger, but we're going to keep playing him and letting him feel what it's like to play at this level.
He scored on a couple of drives where he put it on the floor effectively.
A little better, yeah.
Are you trying to emphasize that to balance his game?
Yeah, I think we've tried to tell him, they run at you so much, maybe you get in there and go ahead and go off the dribble some and go physically to the basket. I think that's the next step for him. He's done it a little more. But he really is a hell of a shooter. But the numbers he has just had unbelievable looks for us. And those would really help us. And he hadn't been able to make enough of them for us, but he's got to keep shooting because I think he will before his career is over.
How do you explain that, Mike? Is it a shooting technique or is it a confidence? Or?
I would say it's more mental. I mean, the technique is what you'd want to teach your son. His stroke is a beautiful stroke. I think it's a little more mental, and I think for our guys, there's a lot of psychological stuff offensively where, we have some really good looks and we can't get them, and then you get a little uptight, especially here, because you feel you're letting everybody down, and then we miss some layups too, so it's tried to play a little faster in practice the last couple of days just to get down the floor, and just move and do something quick so we weren't thinking too much. And I think we got to keep trying to play like that. Let's get down. We played with a 20-second shot clock the last 2 days. Go, 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 go. Let's just go. And I think we got to keep trying to get down the floor and maybe do something faster.
Early in the year, you really kind of pressed Dane to be aggressive, and I think like the last 5 games, he's only had about 13 shots and 12 points. What's the message been to him lately?
Same. I think he can go off the dribble a little bit more, even though, he's squaring up today and there's a 22-year-old stud guarding him. And then he's got to try and guard that guy on the other end. There's some tough matchups out there playing against their men. And Florida State's men too. So is Clemson. They're men. So we have some really tough physical matchups, as everyone has witnessed. And over 40 minutes, they kind of take their toll. I think you see it on offensive rebounds, and we can't get to it. And a more athletic, physical guy does get to it, and those are demoralizing.
Mike, with everything that this team hasn't done, why does it seem like what Prentice has done seems like that gets lost in
Yeah, I know he didn't score today or shoot it well, but the guy's been unbelievable for us. I mean, he's basically become our point guard.
He's got 100 assists.
Yeah, and he's playing the whole game, and it's hard to take him out. And he battles and he fights and he's not afraid. And Obviously, I'm really pleased where he has been. I think I said it a couple weeks ago. I am very frustrated with myself that I haven't been able to get Dane and Nate, maybe not to apprentice level, but to more of a consistent level. I'm very disappointed in myself on that because we've kind of been able to give guys confidence around here. But we can't ask much more out of Prentice Hubb. I mean, the guy is a fighter, a battler. He's got an amazingly bright future and takes care of the ball, and he'll become a better shooter as he gets older. And he has a summer to really get stronger too, which will help him.
See, Rex is not wearing the big brace anymore. Where is he?
Yeah, he has made amazingly quick progress. I think, I told him the other day, he could be an Adrian Peterson story on an ACL. Remember how quick Adrian Peterson came back? I wouldn't be shocked if Rex Pfluger comes back. First of all, he's got a will, as we all know, that's just stronger than heck. And he's got a heck of a body that's reacted to it. I mean, he was out there shooting around with Robbie the other day, and you would have thought, did he really have the surgery? He's kind of moving around, and so he'll be moving. I think he'll be back quicker than you think, and because he just works. He's a worker and has a great will.
Buzz mentioned that he wrote a letter to you way back when. What was it about him that said, I'm going to respond to
Yeah, I'm really proud of him, man. He kind of hangs out with me at the ACC meetings. Maybe I'm his big brother in a lot of ways. And certainly we had unbelievable battles at Marquette. Respect the coach that he is. He scratched and clawed his whole life, and kind of made himself a guy. And the letter was really impressive. He's a really sharp guy, and I stayed in touch with him, and it never worked out where we worked together, but just a lot of respect for him and how he's built the program. And, this team is a little bit out of those Marquette teams. I used to tell Anthony Solomon one time, and we'd play against those Marquette teams when they had Butler and DJO. I said, I truly believe the Marquette guys eat nails for pregame meal. They have some nail eaters on this team, and I mean that as a total compliment. As a matter of fact, I may throw some nails in the buffet this summer for our guys. But there's he gets some nail-eating dudes that are men and that come at you. And when we've had success against a Marquette or his teams, I've always tried to tell our guys, we've had good toughness that night because you got to be tough to play against them. But I just think he's one of the really bright young guys. He's found a good niche. They run their stuff, and they know who they are. When the guard comes back, the sky's the limit. But I did say this. You talk about positives. We try to find some positives, and I was trying to talk about Tallahassee in one of the last timeouts. I was trying to turn the page, but I turned to Hump, who had the scout. I said, "All right, tell me the guys in the orange jerseys who won't be back next year." And he named like 4 or 5 of them. I said, okay, I can sleep tonight. I just want to know some guys are leaving Virginia Tech, leaving Florida State, leaving Clemson. Can we get some of these old guys out, and maybe we can rotate up and creep up?